Good evening, everyone. Rodalyn TV here, live, and our top stories for tonight. U.S. election hinges on four battleground states. Lockdown in England is imposed for the new rules in England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. And of course, I'll give you an update about the Goni and Raleigh super typhoon in the Philippines. So, thank you everyone for watching. I miss you all. It's been a while. So, I hope I'll give you some informative facts about what's going on in the world today. So, the first one, obviously, as I mentioned, the top story is obviously everybody is either anxious, ambivalent, um, excited, or agitated, not knowing what the outcome is. But as far as I know, America has voted. So I just hope that whoever has voted has made up a very good decision for themselves, for the future, and for the next generation. Because obviously, whatever happens in the U.S., it will have an impact for the rest of the world. So hopefully, um, they will make the right choice because just one wrong move, no, it will be a 4 years of nightmare and suffering. But if America has voted someone whom I believed, and you know who's my favorite candidate, of course, President Trump, and I do believe it will make America great again. Um, the only worry is if the people of America have chosen a candidate which can be problematic in the next 4 years, then that's where the problem begins. Okay? But I don't want to dwell so much on whatever the upcoming result or the outcome of America's decision. But I know I've been giving you warnings in advance, months before the voting um, and before the election. So it's it's all up to you now, guys. It's all up to you. But I just hope, no, my only prayer is I hope there's no such thing like election mishaps or falsification of votes, like what happened in the Philippine election, like the failure of the Smartmatic. That's all I want, and that's all I wish. From the very bottom of my heart, I just wish that it is a genuinely clean election. I know it's a tight race. It's a tight race. Um, I wish you all the happiness and success um, for America because it's very. I know it's very very important for you, but I just hope you all made the right decision for your country. Again, as I said to you, you have to choose God first, then your country, and that person that God has entrusted to without the external manipulation of human being and by group of tyranny or group of people that would somehow influence the result, then that would make a big difference for you guys. So yeah, still more battlegrounds. I know Biden is on the lead. He's not my favorite candidate, of course, because I know the story behind it. I'm not being critical, but that's my humble opinion. But I'm still hoping for a big win. If it not, then just a close, tight race. And hopefully, I know major people. I can see and I can tell who supports who. But obviously, my hunch, my hunch is strong because from my personal experience in my country, my beloved Philippines. There's a lot of fraudulence going on in terms of election, and that's the greatest frustration. I'm just speaking honestly from the heart that this is our experience. However, fingers crossed, and I am hoping this won't happen to you. Because obviously, results can be manipulated either by the media or by the people out there who's betting for the winner. But this is not a game of just a mere politics. It's about the future of our people. Okay? So I just hope you take it seriously. The sacredness of your vote is very, very important. So over to you, America. Whatever decision you made for yourselves, then I hope you won't regret. And I wish you all the luck and the best in the world for whatever decision you made for yourself. We are watching you, just like your guardian angel guiding you. But if you don't want to listen, or you listen to what we think is right for you, because you are there in your country, you know the problem, you feel the problem, you see it every day. It's you who can only contribute for what is best in your country. You see, we may not be physically there, but we can feel the impact. We can feel the tension. We can feel the anxiety, the agitation and restlessness of every people living in that country. I visited there twice. I can feel it. I can pick up the problem. I can observe. I can do my assessment. It's not easy. It's not an easy fix, and no one will easily fix. But if you stand united behind the person, behind the president, that what you think is the best for your country, and so be it. I expressed and I said who is the best, then it's up to you. Yeah, American people, we do care for you. We are here in the UK and as well as in the Philippines. Reason why we care, number one, there are several millions of people, Filipino people, my countrymen and women, working and living in America. I got lots of friends there as well. My classmates, batchmates, relatives, friends, they're staying in America. And America has once helped the country from being freed from the Spanish colonization. So, in a way, they're like our sisters, brothers and sisters by race. We do care for you. But what I don't want to happen is to see you suffer by your wrong decision. You know? Because whoever rules and control, and I am sure with the COVID 19 and the pandemic, somehow there's some percentile contribution in the upcoming result of the election. You see, if you don't have an adequate background on what's happening in the world, you think it's just a display and a showmanship of two rivalry of these candidates. But it's more to it. There are deeper reasons behind it. And whoever wins the race can either build America and make it great again, or destroy it to its fullness. So be careful. I know you have voted already. There's nothing much you can do. The results will be released. But even then, I still wish you all the best. Okay? So that's about the US election. And obviously, let's now proceed and go to our analysis or our reaction here in United Kingdom. So the Prime Minister Johnson has announced that the new lockdown rules for England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, with the new rules for everything from meeting friends to going to shops. Okay, so let me just read you some information. So it says pubs and restaurants are closed, but takeaways permitted. Non essential shops, leisure and entertainment venues are closed. No household mixing indoors or in private gardens unless in your support bubble. And stay home only leave for specific reasons, including education and work. But I believe in care home settings and in professional hospital settings, medical professionals can still visit, from one place to the other, especially when we try to support and look after our frail um, patients, or residents. And it further says that you will be given like 200 pounds fine for each breach, and it doubles for every offenses. Huh? So if you take offense for several times, so imagine how many times you're gonna pay 200 pounds for each breach of rules. And also for large gatherings, I think you will be fined for up to maximum 10,000. And so Scotland, I think, is now on Tier 5 system, and England and Wales and Ireland is in the middle tier system. So it's what can we do during lockdown? That's the main thing. That's the question that we need to really internalize. No, it has been very hard. It's been tough, but I know we'll get used to it. But it's not it's not easy. It's not comfortable. I must say this is not a normal thing for us to do. No, but obviously, lucky enough, we work in a care home setting now. So every day we go to work, and on the weekend, yes, on my days off, all we do is rest, buy some food in the shop, and just follow whatever the protocol, the guidelines from the Public Health England. And I think it goes well as well with Scotland, England, and Wales and Northern Ireland. So it's very hard. I don't know what's your experience. It would be nice if you can share your thoughts or leave a comment on your lockdown experience. So for me personally, the impact of this lockdown is that I still continue to work, obviously, but I think I don't personally I don't find it too hard because I'm a kind of person who loves staying at home. But that doesn't mean that I don't socialize. Of course I do. I do socialize and meet friends and all that, and it's very hard and it's sad. And for most people who are outgoing and loves pubs, shoppings, and going to the parks, and things like this, I think it's very 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 hard for them to take in, especially if you're a very outgoing outdoor person. You cannot even do adventures and all that, but I do hope you get used to it. So what I do, um, but I'm thankful that I got is YouTube. At least I have something to um, get busy with, you know. After work, then I need to, I feel complied or compelled to do live streaming to keep you up to date. And it's my duty to sustain my channel also. And maybe I'll do some more promotion of my freedom business if you want to know about it. And of course, do some humanitarian works, maybe do a bit of charitable deeds, and stay connected with a lot of people all over the world, and upgrade or be more creative, do something else, you know. So for those of you who are not very very used to a system or to a routine of staying at home, I hope it's time to reflect yourself and to discover what are your strengths, what are the things that you need to do in order to prevent mental health illness in the form of boredom, loneliness, anxiety, stress. I know it can be very, very stressful, especially if you have loved ones that are so far away from you. It must be very, very hard. Thank you, School of Fish of Adijona. Thanks for joining. So, yeah, it must be very, very complex and very unpredictable adjustment to all of you. But I just wish you find yourself in a way that you can be creative and discover more about yourself. So another thing probably I would do just to give you tips as well is I have this what you call a an app with the Dubai Fitness Challenge, um, which is being hosted by our beloved Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan. Thank you, my love. And it's what you call a to stay fit and healthy by doing some exercise 30 minutes a day for 30 days. So I try my best to join it in and they have this list of activities that you can do wherever you are in the world. So just register on Dubai Fitness Challenge. I do live challenge in Dubai last year before the pandemic, and it was a great fun. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a wonderful activity to stay fit and healthy all the time, and it's a wonderful project that needs to be promoted. So probably, I wish we have something like this here in England or in Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. Perhaps whoever listens to this video, probably we can be more creative, like the best example being done in Dubai, just to keep the people healthy by having this kind of activity. I know UK is already having marathons and runs and a lot of sporty stuff, but I think it's just like a 1 day event. But this one is different. This one is more consistent and healthy in a way that people are encouraged to spend 30 minutes of their daily activities allotted just for physical fitness, and that will last for 30 days. Okay, so it's really great. And another disadvantage of the lockdown is obviously there are a lot of concern from families. I work in a care home setting, so I just messaged the prime minister last night via the LinkedIn that I wish he will not just consider just focus not just focus on the NHS, because we in the communities as well as in the care home settings, not to undermine the power that we can deliver and the strength that we can contribute to the entire kingdom. You know what I mean? All of us has a role to play. So perhaps it would be nice if the title or the it's not just about the word, the cliche that would look attractive. It's about inclusivity. It's about you are sending a message out there. So it has to be inclusive. You have to make the people feel they're part of it, you know? So I think it would be politically correct to mention, and it's not just all about rhyming or just to make the word look very nice and easy to remember. For me, it's all about respect to how the people feel at this pandemic, at this very difficult situation. That's how I look at it. That's my humble opinion. So to say that only for NHS, how about care homes? How about the communities? How about the shops? People, all professionals and all that. So I think it would be nice to quote or make a word or a quotation that would cover all. For example, just the UK or entire nation or country or whatever it is. At least or all people living in in United Kingdom. That's it. Or the very simplest. I know we have to protect the hospital and that's the grasp, that's the message. But I think a lot of people will feel abandoned by the concept. It would be nice to read. It's a three-letter word and then these small captions and all that. But yeah, it's a polite suggestion to make it more inclusive. So people will feel they're not being neglected or omitted or being missed. Okay. And I know it's hard. It's not. It's very difficult for everybody, but we just have to overcome it. And I hope sooner or later, but I'm afraid it will last until December 2, and there's a plan as well to extend until March. So it's really boring. It's really boring, and a lot of people are tired. I am tired. It's not easy to test people, keep on testing and testing, and I think it's a waste of funds. But I know it saves lives. But somehow we can there's some way that we can meet certain aspect of it that can we just focus on the people with signs and symptoms rather than making everybody test all the time, same group of people, but the other people haven't even tested yet. It doesn't make sense. So say for example, for like every week or every month, you have to do this for the same group. Example only for all the patients in the hospitals, all the patients in the care homes, and in every work setting, or in everyone living in the United Kingdom. Could you imagine the number of population? How much a waste of funds would it be? But at the same time, I know it helps because it will build as we research and study. But it's just not all about the curves. It For me it's just an information, but the survey and the numbers is just like for me like a scaremongering kind of thing. It can be scary. It can frighten people, but whether it's correct or not, I do question the accuracy of it. Actually, in my head, I feel like it's just a matter of numbers. So whether it's correct or not, don't know. Yeah. So hopefully it will get better soon. What else can we do? Um, so thank you so much, Ate Jonna. Thank you so much, Ate Jonna, for joining and for staying with me. Not a lot of people joining in, but there you are. So thank you, thank you. Ang hirap po kasi sa akin kasi it's because of my time, no? After work and then everybody's asleep. Ako lang yung gising. When everyone is awake, I'm at work and I cannot even join. Ayan. So, so that's about updates here in UK. So now probably we will go to the super typhoon Goni and Typhoon Rolly in the Philippines po, no? Um, I know I haven't responded or haven't commented on this for some time kasi po dire-diretso po yung duty natin. We've been working for continuously for a week at ngayon lang po tayo nakakapag even my own live streaming hindi ko po nasikaso na. So I just wish for my beloved homeland Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao that you are all well. From what I heard or from what I read, um, Camarines Sur, the Oas Albay, because of Typhoon Rolly, no, they're leaving the villages and it's all flooded. And some people, there are landfalls and millions are fleeing. I just wish and I do believe President Duterte will respond to it in a most responsible way. I know there are a lot of um, celebrities trying to ruin his image by unjustifiable comments. I know it's unfair because we all know that our beloved president is doing his job. Hindi man siya it may not be reported in the news or in the main headlines, but I know for sure he is well occupied with all his duties and responsibilities. Now, I think it's unfair for a human being just to make comments like that. Because if you are in his shoes, most likely hindi mo rin maaagapan. Tayo nga lang sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay o YouTube nga lang hindi mo pa maasikaso. If I gotta work. How much more if you're handling a nation? Ilang milyon ang iyong accountability, no? Ilang list of duties and responsibilities that you have to deal with. So I think, kung sino man yung nagko-comment dyan, pwede po ba tumahimik kayo? No? Hindi po nakakatawa. Hindi po nakakatawa na at alipustahin po natin ang ating Pangulo ng ganun-ganun na lang. Kasi sa haba-haba ng kanyang mga achievements, ni minsan ba, in-acknowledge niyo ba yon? Ang kakapal naman ng mga mukha niyo mag kayo dyan, reklamo. Hindi nga kayo magkanda-ugaga sa sarili niyong pamumuhay, no? So sana naman po, moving forward, iwasan po natin na basta-basta na lang manglalait at magbibigay ng walang katuturang reaksyon o kaya pangkritiko, no? Sa ating well-respected and admirable president. Alalahanin niyo matanda na si Tatay Digong. He has his own issues din po sa pangangatawan. Pasalamat na lang tayo siya naging presidente natin kasi nasa maayos tayong buhay. Kasi mga hindi pa po kontento dyan, I'm sorry to say, but you need to look at yourself. You need to look back 30 years ago, where we are now, and where we were before. No? Kung kayo po'y nabulag at hindi nyo kayang maatim na marami pong pagbabago nangyari, problema nyo na yun. Pero wag nyo idadama yung mga taong nag-a-appreciate at talagang taos-pusong nagpapasalamat po sa ating pinakamamahal na Pangulo. So, Tatay Digong, just keep doing what you're doing. Ignore those nonsense critics na talagang bumabatikos po sa inyo. Kasi just to reassure you, we are very, very grateful for whatever you achieve, whatever you're doing for the country po. Okay? So, ako po ay, in my thoughts and prayers, I say this to the people of Camarines Sur, Owas Albay, sa May Manila, and any parts of the country affected by Super Typhoon Goni and Rolly. I'll try my best to do some fundraising for you, if I go live on Facebook sometime. And hopefully, I know there are a lot of kind-hearted people din po na pwedeng tumulong, no? And I know and I trust that the government are doing their best po in order to rebuild the lives. Typhoon in the Philippines is just like part of our daily lives. I think the world has admired us so much kasi we are a country that is very highly resilient. Kahit nga po nasa gitna na tayo ng storm o kaya baha, ayun, naka-selfie pa rin, papangiti-ngiti pa rin. Parang wala lang, no? But I know it hurts. I know it causes damages and it ruins lives, livelihood, houses, buildings, offices, and a lot more. Kaya din po tayo naghihirap dahil sa geographical location natin, unfortunately. Doon tayo na sentro tayo sa mata, no? Sa mata ng mga kalamidad. So we just have to get on with it, no? Sana po meron tayong high technological equipment na kaya pong i-foresee o kaya i-forecast kung kailan darating at ano po pwede nating gawin, no? I think we need to be highly innovative when it comes to risk management po ng ating mga potential project, no, relevant sa disaster response. Gaya na lang ng mga rescue centers, no, and I do believe the government has adequate funding din po, no. I think kung paghahati-hatiin po yung budget ng gobyerno, para sa akin, given, no, polite suggestion lang po, Tatay Digong, no, and for the government, if you have to create and divide the funds that we allocate for each Department of Health, Tourism, finance, or business, or whatever it is, no, I think we should allocate, or education, we should allocate high percentage, probably same as whatever funding we have for health. I think the health and the natural disaster, the safety, of course, um, should be on the same level of funding, no? Na pwede nating i-ano. And also the build projects, infrastructures, and all that. Kasi po, these are, in a way, typhoons are in the form of liabilities, no? Kasi po, maraming nasisira, maraming nadadamay, maraming, imagine 12 typhoons in a year. That's too much. Kung pwede nga lang ilipat yung Pilipinas, no, sa ibang geographical location para medyo secure pa tayo, no, in terms of the weather changes. Kaso, ewan ko ba kay Lord, ba't tayo nilagay dyan sa kaduduluhan, no? Dahil sa sobrang pagmamahal niya siguro, no? Kaya tayo nakakaranas ng ganun. But anyhow, sana po polite suggestion lang po sa in any government in the world, no? I think we should highlight, talagang bigyan po natin ng pansin ang tawag nito, ang pagkakaroon ng solid foundation po ng ating mga uh, equipments or response sa ating mga, then we need to develop a team, a well-founded team of rescuers, yung mga, or maybe plan for the most durable housing. Alam ko it's not all of us can afford to build a house as durable as like shockproof from earthquake or any form of typhoon. Um, I know we need to plant more trees to prevent flooding, reduce illegal logging, and most of all, yung mga basura po natin, no? Yung mga basura natin. Kasi nakakakaklat yun ng mga canals, drainage. Kailangan din nating, um, we need to maintain and sustain, um, you know, this kind of, ano po. Hi, ako si Ate Jonah. Thank you so much for coming, Ate Jonah. The King, ayan. That's nice. That's nice, Ate Jana. How are you? So sana po ito yung mga bagay na dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin po, no? Kasi talagang nakakabigat sa kaban ng bayan, no? Sa bulsa ng ating gobyerno na paulit-ulit tayo, hindi tayo umuusad eh. Ito yung nagpo-pull sa atin pabalik. Aside sa corruption, aside sa mga irresponsableng mga tao diyan sa gobyerno, no? Or aside sa ating electoral process, no? So sana po, hopefully Tatay Digong will do something about it. And I know he's doing his best also. No? Sana yung, I know the infrastructure, yung mga innovative techniques, no, hospital works. Kasi parang it's a cyclical pattern eh. It's a never-ending cycle po, no? So focus tayo sa elimination or reduction of wastes. That's number one din po. Plant more trees, ban illegal logging. Kasi po yung ating mga our mountains are becoming bald, no? Nagkakalbo na dahil sa mga pagmimina at marami mga buildings na pinapatayo, no? At syempre, there's nothing much we can do when it comes sa pabahay, no? Meron talagang mauungkat, lalo na kung saan ka man nakatira, no? Kung nakatira ka sa hillside or by the sea, sa lakas po ng alon at daloy ng ano, or ano ka man sa city, polluted naman, puno naman ng mga basura, no? Buti nga yung Manila Bay, gumanda na, tsaka yung Boracay, no? So dapat in our everyday lives, sana po maano natin yan, alam mo, it starts from the basic no? Sana starting from school and in our family, dapat turuan na yung ating mga kabataan, kaya ng Japan, na maglinis at wag magkalat. I think the change must start within us. It starts from the discipline, from the attitude of ourselves, no, to take responsibility for our own actions po. So sana magiging inspirasyon po yung ibang bansa. Alam mo yung gusto kong mangyari yung, alam mo, one day I am dreaming, or I wish and I pray that there's such a thing, yung lahat ng positive or very good characteristics of each nation, pwede ba yung i-combine natin? Tapos susundin natin lahat, yung lahat ng very good points. Kunwari, in England, they can be, what do you call this one? What's the good thing? I think like polite. In Japan, they're very disciplined into cleanliness. In the Philippines, we have happy, smiley faces, no? Resilient. In Dubai, they're very obedient, or maybe they can be what you call this one? They can be generous and courteous to the visitors, very welcoming and friendly. It's okay, Ate Jonah. Things like this, and maybe we can get some plus points in other countries, and then combine them. You know, combine them in a book where you can adopt this kind of good behaviors. I think it would be nice. No, ano kaya? Feeling ko lang yun. Kasi 'di ba, ang sarap-sarap na you celebrate the diversity, no? You celebrate the magic of being different, but being able to complement and blend with each other. 'Di ba ang saya kaya no? Alam mo yung wala ng giyera, walang away, walang mga bagay na nagdi-divide sa atin, but it's just unite us, no? Ano kaya, no? Parang ang sarap-sarap siguro mamuhay ng mga ganong ambience ng environment, no? Even though in a simple setting like where you live in your own house, alam mo yung, di ba, parang, I know it's impossible to achieve, but pero parang ang sarap siguro, no? Maybe it's worth a try. Ano kaya kung yung lahat ng mga world leaders, bigyan ko ng assignment, mag-list down what are the most amazing quality your country has. Tapos ipe-present nila yan, no? Sa kanilang summit session, parang ganun. Ililista nila and then maybe they can start a like what you call an agreement that this kind of quality is open for adoption by any nation willing to embrace it. No, and then we can provide that in educated people or educate our students in school, 'di ba? And then try to cultivate that kind of good attitude, values formation, to our kids, to our children, 'di ba? Parang ang sarap isipin. So, at least gano'n, 'no? Parang parang may iba naman. 'Di ba hindi lang yung puro yung nakikita natin puwede ba yung mga ano sana 'no, yung gusto ko din na sana yung mga news, our media, especially our media, hindi ba puwedeng yung puro lang business or puro sports, puwedeng mag-introduce naman ng mga something unique, something na puwedeng i-emulate, 'no, the good deeds, something good na puwede nating mapagtutunan o puwede nating, mapagtuunan ng aral po, 'no? Kasi alam mo yun nakakapagod, 'no? Nakakapagod, nakakatakot, nakakadismaya, yung araw-araw na lang naririnig mo sa news, puro mga negatibo. Puro away, puro bombahan, puro alam mo yun, it's draining. It's mentally draining po. So sana mapagtuunan din natin ng aral po 'no, makapulutan po natin ng aral na sana, i-consider 'yan ng ating mga world leaders 'no, parang gano'n. I think it would be nice to have a campaign about this na talagang, tawag nito, puwede nating mapagkunan ng aral 'no, it would be nice. Ano sa palagay mo, Ate Jonah? Feel free to ano, ha, feel free to participate. Anong oras na po diyan sa inyo? Mhm. Ayan. So, yun lang. I think there's also another news, no, in terms of current affairs. I read in one clip, I think Pope Francis is investigating a corruption in Vatican. No? I think good for you, Pope Francis. My admiration and respect if you do that. Kasi po, historically, there are a lot of issues and deep concerns, no? But it's sad to think because the church in itself, given the name church, it should be sacred. It should be free from human weaknesses and stains. But it's sad to know that you're not immune by it. It's part of it. And sadly, and I know a lot, especially in my homeland. No? Kaya nga medyo na-frustrate tayo sa simbahan kasi marami tayong naririnig, marami tayong nababasa na akala natin yung dapat na nagsisilbi sa Panginoon dapat nating pagtularan, dapat nating paniwalaan. Pero sila pa yung gumagawa din ng hindi makatarungan, hindi matino. No? At nakaka-disappoint pong isipin. But as long as you know that God loves you, I accept the fact that living in this world is not about pleasing all the people. And you can't deny the fact that not everyone will like you or love you or respect you, but at least you know in your heart where you are in God's place. And I think everyone should aim for that. Everyone should aim for a heavenly goal. So, whatever you do here on earth, always remember that these transient things, achievements, fame, temporary wealth, earthly goods, they are nothing. Yeah. Although it's nice that you will be remembered by history, that you leave a legacy for the next generation, a good legacy, an inspirational legacy. Pero that's a part of life, you know. That's a part of life. But don't get disappointed. We are all bruised, battered, and being tested, grind, ano pa yun? Yung talagang lahat na lang ng panglalait, no? Lahat na lang ng kung ano-ano naranasan natin sa buhay. But yeah, just stay focused. Just stay focused towards the end goal, which is about the heaven, about God. And for those who doesn't believe, um, I mean, we respect your belief, but then I hope one day you will realize the importance of your existence, the meaning and the purpose of your existence. So, whoever you are from any part of the world, but as long as you know in your heart you're not harming your any people or anyone, you are a good citizen of your country, you don't violate rules, you live a clean, healthy life, you you know, you're just one of those people who doesn't cause trouble, in other words, then that's enough. And you do good things to other people, I think God will see the kindness and the generosity and the love that you have to your fellow citizens of the earth. Di po ba? So sana po, kahit sa konti ko lang pong pananalita sa inyo, in some ways, medyo nakakaano tayo, no? Nakakapagbigay po tayo ng magandang aral, suggestion, at mga bagay-bagay na pwede nating kapulutan ng ng something na makapagpapagaan ng loob natin. So, diyan po tayo comfortable, no? Magbigay ng, I mean, our life is not designed perfectly. It doesn't happen. Everything doesn't happen for what we intend to achieve. Yung mga ganun. But in the end, masarap isipin na lahat po tayo nagtutulungan, no? Lahat po tayo nagtutulungan para sa ikakaganda ng ating buhay. Sana po sa mga taong kumukontrol ng mundo, this is my brave message to all of you. Sana po tantanan nyo na, you have to stop this. Parang awa nyo na. You are not gods. Don't even dare spreading evil works. Enough is enough. I don't know what you're trying to achieve. Power? Global recognition? I don't know why people is hungered by this kind of attitude. I don't understand it. I just wish one day the approach and the style of governance and politics in itself will change. Even constitution needs to be reformed, needs to be revised. And I hope people will come to their senses that one day I think I'm just dreaming and imagining what life would be if the Marcos wealth for humanity will come to life. I'm really looking forward for this. And for all of you listening out there, I hope, I hope, give it a chance. Give it a chance. What gain would you get to see people's lives suffer? Innocent childs being killed. The unborn not given a chance to see the world. The children not being able to prosper. The teenagers and the adults not being to enjoy their growth and development. The parents who cannot even control their own kids. And the elderly who suffers in the last stage of their lives. What gain would you get if you let these people down? I think the very secret of managing a country is to focus on your people's needs. Shelter, water, food, warmth, clothing, medicine, health, jobs. These are the internal foundations and the factors that I believe every country must focus on. The rest of it, infrastructures, education, business, employment, economics. These are the external things that we also need to consider. Transportation, obviously, yeah, tourism, but the rest of it, they they are non-essentials. So if I have to write a constitution or an agreement or a policy, of course, not to forget security, safety, that covers all from natural disaster to protection from invasion or acts of war and all these kind of pandemics, diseases. Again, it's going back to the basic. It's about healthy eating, healthy habits, and even businesses as such. You have a high sense of responsibility to look after your customers, the people getting into your businesses. You have to feed them with the healthy stuff. I know some of these foods and stuff are more of cultural. There's nothing much you can do about it, but at least if we follow the basic guidelines of what is best for our health, that's why diseases will never, never be eradicated until we know what food and fluids are healthy for the body. Do you understand? Until you get the balance of acidity and alkalinity in your body, diseases will continue to flourish. The physical, the mental, and the financial aspect of yourself will continue to be affected. If you don't have the basic knowledge, if you are surrounded by these external factors that compels you to buy those things, there's a lot of work to be done if you are to govern a nation. But for me as a nurse, and with a background knowledge in government and politics, and being a speaker as such, these are my skills to share with you. I may not be in the post where you are now, but hey, as an observer, as a citizen of the earth, I have the right to tell you that these are the things that I believe would help improve the overall status of our existence. Tama po ba? Grabe, na-emote akong mag-isa lang. But I'm enjoying it. I just feel like I'm having a dramatic monologue. Parang ganun na, spontaneous. Lahat-lahat na lang ng mga natutunan ko mula sa covers. Kakabasa ko ng mga constitution. Alam mo yun. Minsan natatawa na lang ako nun. You know, from nursing, from my entrepreneurial trainings. Alam mo yung you learn something bit by bit and then before you knew it, you realize na these are the essential things really. No? But what frustrates me is to read a constitution that is designed for the interest of politicians. Nakaka-frustrate, di ba? Alam mo yung nakasenter sa partisan. Alam mo yung parang nakadesign kung anong type ng party meron sila. Yung ganun. Doon lang siya umikot-ikot. Na. So which means yung constitution na yun, hindi talaga pangkalahatan. Hindi talaga para sa nation. Kasi part of it, majority of it, are siding towards the party whoever edited it or have written it, no? Para siyang bias na type of ano. So I think personally, especially the Philippines Constitution, no? Yung sa panahon pa ng yung mga salbahing dalawa na dapat na talagang i-revise kung sana po tatadikong, no? I'm speaking with a polite suggestion po, no? Dapat yung pangarap mo na maging isang, ano nga ba yun? Federal ba yun? Federalism? No? I think it's nice because there's a general contribution po. No? So sana po pag kunan natin ang aral. Just wait lang po. Yeah, so sana po anuhin natin yan. Nabigyan po natin ng konsiderasyon. So sa lahat po ng mga nasalanta po ng Super Typhoon Goni and Rolly, ako po ay nakikiramay at sana po, and I pray that the Philippines will recover soon. Nakakalungkot po, no? At sana po, meron na tayong highly innovative techniques and a major kind of group or team of rescuers, which I believe meron naman po, no? Pero yung talagang robust management strategy towards, hindi lang po tuwing gaya ngayon we're facing the pandemic and the COVID, but also it's something na talagang gusto nating maiahon tayo, no? Talagang may ahon natin. Special welcome to Spunky Trunks. Hello, Spunky Trunks. Senor Bidet para El Presidente. Grande Mataman. What language is this? Hi, Spunky. Hello, my name is Matt Damon. Is will you G's on me? How are you doing? I'm fine. Are you serious? Are you really Matt Damon or just pranking me? But anyhow, thank you, Matt Damon. Welcome to my live stream. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it done soon as I can get it off the road. I'll see if you can get it done. I'll be sure I'll swing back here at the house. And then I'll get back in. Thank you for joining. I'll give you some jackets. So it would be nice if you can state your location. Spunky Trunks and Matt Damon, are you from the US or anywhere in the world? I hope you can join. Wait, I'll give you. And by the way, to our visitors, if you want to receive my live stream notification, you can join the membership. Just click the join button, or you can do the super chatters. You can click the $sign. You can join super chatters or stickers. If you want also to contribute something in our channel. This live stream is intended as well for my campaign for the Super Typhoon in the Philippines. I don't think I wanna it was the last time when I was a day. I got to work then. Okay, that's fine. But thank you so much for dropping by, Matt Damon. And are you an actor? Are you an actor, Matt Damon? And Spunky, whatever, Spunky Trunks. I got a lot of pranks. Last time I got a senator who joined my live streaming. I got a crown prince who divided with my live streaming. So whether they're real or just pranking me, it doesn't matter. You're still welcome in my channel. Thank you so much for joining. So I can give you the jacket, and that's for you, Matt Damon and Spunky Trunks. Thank you for joining. Feel free to ask questions and how do you think about the whole thing and the memories that is the best tune? Like that was a big deal for the boys and the girls, and the boys were all good here. Hmm. I don't know exactly. How do you think about the whole thing? Is this some kind of uh, trivia? How do you think about the whole thing and the memories that is the best tune? Like that was a big deal for the boys and the girls, and the boys were all good here. I'm not sure what you mean by these spunky trunks, but I try to slice what you're trying to say. So how do you think about the whole thing? Let's slice your whole sentence. Spunky trunks. Where are you from, Spunky trunks? Matt Damon, el presidente grande. I know Matt Damon is an actor. I think he's in one of the cast. I can't remember the film that is, but he's a good actor though. Yeah, El Presidente Grande. Are you Spanish or Portuguese or what? Anyway, feel free to ask questions, Spunky Trunks. But I wish you can improve your English. To answer your question, what do I think about the whole thing? It's not very specific, but the whole thing about what? The whole thing about the boys and the girls? What's the whole thing about the boys and the girls? Or the whole thing of what's going on Earth? The whole thing about pandemic? Or the whole thing about the election? The whole thing about lockdown? I think if you scroll back later on, I think I have discussed everything. Yeah, I think you came in late. You came in late, but to give you a quick recap, um, I think the U.S. election, the presidential election, is quite tight, and there are four battlegrounds at stakes. But I do feel I still, even though someone is on the lead, but I still feel and strongly feel I would love to declare President Trump as a winner. That's my humble opinion. And I think every one of us are entitled for it. And I have a huge and gigantic, strong, valid reasons why I want him to win. It's all in the name of God and the good. Do you know what I mean? But if the American people have decided and make the wrong decision, then that's their responsibility for the future. I have been giving you tips right from the very beginning who I feel is the best for your country. But if nobody listens, and only few people listens and get that message, it's such a pity if you trash a very good and the best candidate to run your country. But anyhow, you still have 4 years either to celebrate and rejoice or suffer and be miserable. Again, it's your choice. All people who are entitled to vote and cast their sacred say in the ballot. You're old enough, you're mature enough to speak for your own country. How you see it, how you feel it, and how you think you need it. What's best for you. We are only observers here in the UK. All around the world are looking on you. But again, the decision is yours. You got a capacity, all the voters who make the decision, unless if that decision of yours, if it is right, but being stained by malicious intent of stealing the vote, because they make it look it's a tight race. But evidence says in the rally alone how much people are supporting President Trump. Yes, you may say I'm a bit late. It's not being late. You know, why we are still in existence, why we are still breathing. Whoever wins, if the right one wins, let's celebrate. If the wrong one wins, again, you can still have a say. You can always do some things. You can always topple down someone. Just the way the CIA did to our country when they toppled President Marcos, just in exchange of their own best interest to put in someone who's not even deserving. So that's the filthy side of politics. You see, in the game of politics and governance, it's not an easy fix, but it's all about the manipulation of people behind it. Yeah, I think the enemy here are the giants behind the scene whom we don't see. And I don't know if American people realize it. I don't think. I don't think. I just wish you made the right decision. You think so? Anyway, Matt Damon, that's your opinion, dear. Because I meant for something else. That's why I don't show my strength. Girls who want boys, who like boys to be girls, who do boys like their girls, who do girls like their boys, always should be someone you really love. Oh dear. This statement is very confusing, Spunky, but never mind. Spunky Trunks. Can I have your photo, Spunky Trunks? Hmm. Anyway, thank you so much for your visit. Very much appreciated. And we don't care about politics, we just want to bed. Ah, would you like me to block you, Mr. Matt Damon? I'm not comfortable with what you said, but I'm not that kind of person. What you think? You're writing here? You got it wrong, dear. I think that's what's bad about people. When they see someone, they think all the girls are just for beds. No, I'll prove you wrong, dear. That's very unkind of you, but I'm here. I will answer your question. Is COVID made up by the liberal media? Yes. Yes. Hello, slug boy. I think so. My hunch is strong. You know why? It's a strategy. It's a political strategy rooted. If you watch about the Marcos wealth, rewind, go backwards, discover more. COVID is designed, according to a lot of studies, it's a combination of SARS, MERS, HIV, and a lot of viruses. No? You go back a bit, do your own research. Don't just rely on what I say. Okay? Liberalism is not good at all. Their focal point of agenda is to divide. Their aim is to destroy. Just go back to the very foundation of why people, because of their greed, they want golds. Ask yourself why the Twin Towers were destroyed. Just ask. Do a bit of research. You will get a clue from there. I think you're a bit rude, Matt Damon. I'm not comfortable about your commenting, but I still welcome you as part of my guest. But my heart is already taken. Okay? I committed and I devoted it to the Crown Prince of Dubai, so I'm sorry you have no chance. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to offer, but I won't bite it. Okay? Only if you're ready for it. There will be no readiness for you, dear. I'm afraid. Is Sleepy Joe? Yes, Sleepy Joe is a weak man, and that's for sure. And I don't think personally he's fit for president. There's a giant people behind him. If he is a strong man, what has he done when he was with Obama? Nothing. What has he achieved? I can give you a comparative scenario, okay? And this is the truth. Let me write you. In case you don't know, I'm not an American. I don't observe Sleepy Joe most of the time. If you are an American spunky trunks, you should know your presidential candidate because you have a responsibility to vote someone that is fitted to be your president. I'm here in United Kingdom. I work 5 days a week, and media, you can't rely everything from them. Okay? So to be fair, I haven't seen him molesting, but it can be. I don't know his background. I'm not interested to know. But you must know your own presidential candidate. Okay? But if this is the thing that you suspect him to be, then I think you need to do a bit more research. But to ask me that Sleepy Joe is a weak man, and my answer is a strong yes. For me, he is a very weak man. Okay? I hope you respect my answer. Now, I want you to why I said that Sleepy Joe is a weak man, and there must be someone behind him, because as we all aware, he belongs to a certain party that controls everything. I think there's an agenda behind that one. I think they just put him because after Obama, who used to be his vice president, and then this is how I analyze it. Yeah, I want you to think of what happened to the Philippines EDSA revolution in 1986. I want you to understand that Marcos, as you're aware, has a lot of golds deposited at the bottom or the basement of that twin tower. And as you're aware, or whether you're aware or not aware, that President Marcos has helped a lot of nations. Every world leader must know that he owns trillions of gold bars that belongs that is meant for the wealth of humanity. But this is triggered because these giant people wants to control. Whoever controls gold control the world. And they want to be labeled and named as such. And this Liberal Party obviously is after it. They're after for the goods. That's why they have him out, ousted, and kidnapped. And they went to Hawaii, all the Marcoses. And they make a scenario. They used this Ninoy Aquino. They shot him dead and blame Marcos for his death, where in fact it has nothing to do with him. And what they've done? They used the wife, Cora Aquino, to be the puppet because they know they can control her. And that's my comparison to this Sleepy Joe. And that will exactly what will happen to him. I don't need to mention who controls behind it. I'm sure you know it. All of you people in Hollywood, all of you people out there who knows everyone. Yeah? That's why Trump is the strongest candidate that can beat the evil ones. Okay? It's not a fight about politics. This is a fight between good and evil. It's never too late, dear. I can tell you. It's never too late. Maybe in counting, but in God's time, God has a perfect timing. I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you that. That's the reason why Filipinos suffer in the Philippines. We are originally a sovereign country, a royalty as such. But when the Spanish people invaded the Philippines, then here comes the Japanese, and then the Americans try to help. But actually, the intention must be something else. You see, there's a deeper reason behind all these things. Very deeper reason. And it's sad because not all people is aware of it. But thanks to the social media, because of videos, YouTubes, and people are trying to implement and share information to people. That's where we can hopefully, I know it's hard to rebuild the history, but at some point, sooner or later, in God's perfect timing, everything will come into place. I just wish all of you out there, or the likes of you, if you are the real Matt Damon, I know you're an influencer. If you are the person I am thinking of you are, I wish you use your power, your influence for the good, and not be someone trying to abide by the evil ones just because of money. You need to use your strength of influence to help people. Imagine a scenario where ISIS were permanently wiped out, but at the cost of 1 million dead, innocent Arab civilians. Would you support that? This is a very tough question. I do care for Arab peoples as much as I care for everyone in the world who are trying to live a good life. Every life is precious. It's not for me in the position to sacrifice one's life or everybody's lives for the sake of this matter. But the issue of ISIS has to be stopped and they have to be wiped out. I know it's difficult, but I don't think this is a justifiable figure to reconcile with your statement that 1 million will be dead. in exchange of wiping out the ISIS. I don't think it's favorably uh, balanced to claim as such. But I hope there's a way to wipe out ISIS with a lesser cost of innocent lives lost. And I will be deeply hurt because I value the Arab people and I care for them. As much as I care for my homeland, the Philippines, for the people here in the UK, being a British citizen, and as well as I do care for you, American people, because I got a lot of friends. And whoever you are in the world, doesn't matter whatever race, ethnicity, religion you are, people's lives matter. And I think it's unfair to assume. I know this is just a situational or theoretical scenario that you put, but I pray in reality it won't happen. But I do pray that ISIS will be wiped out. I do pray that devil works will stop. And I do pray that God is coming soon to stop all this madness. Have I answered your question? It's quite interesting. And thank you so much for all your questions. It's very much appreciated. As long as you do question on a level that you can always show respect and not to undermine or disrespect the one that you want to question. And sorry about the background. There's a lot of people. Okay. Um, so I hope that will give you a satisfaction. So time now is 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds. Thank you so much, Spunky Trunks and Matt Damon, for visiting. So I wish you have voted. So who did you vote, Matt Damon and Spunky Trunks? Just excuse me for a second. Sorry. So how are you? Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Sana po medyo nabawasan na po yung malakas na hangin at tag-ulan at sa lahat po ng mga nakikinig at patuloy na sumusubaybay. Kahit konti din po yung nanonood ngayon, but alam ko na later on, this video will be embedded in the system, in the YouTube channel, and you can always replay, rewind, and listen to my live streaming po. So, nais ko lang po iparating sa inyong lahat. Ako po nakikiramay sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo, malakas na ulan. Sana po stay safe and keep healthy. And I hope our beloved President Duterte will come to the rescue, as I know, and I know in my heart that he will. And please do stay safe, everyone. And sana po we can provide you with something else, no? Na sana po kapulutan ng aral. Ate Jonah, thank you so much for joining. Maybe in half an hour I'll be closing soon. But I hope you enjoyed the session. We have unexpected visitors. Um, whether they pretend themselves that this is just a prank, but I try my best to answer the questions. I hope it's just a fair comment to everybody as much as. And to Slugboy, Matt Damon, and Spunky Trunks, Adijana, thank you so much for joining. Okay, and I hope. Wait, we just have to update it. Ayan po. So to all of you watching my live streaming, this is just to let you know. I know no matter how much you bombard me with some unjustifiable comments and some kind of below the belt and very kind of demeaning kind of comments, but it's okay. I know in my heart who I am. And sometimes when you make comments about something on the basis of theory and people try to misconstrue it and misunderstood the whole thing without first knowing personally the kind of person you are, that's where it gets wrong. That's why you got this fake news. And sometimes I think the fake news in itself is a problem. Is one of the biggest root cause of all evil. No, because sometimes no matter whatever good intention you have, uh, when people doesn't like you, they have to twist things. But what I learned in life though is you are born not to please people. You are born to know, to serve, and to love God. And if you focus on that aim or on that goal, no matter how much people displease you, you're not born for it. People, no matter how good you are, they will always find ways to to beat you, to demean you, to make you feel inadequate, uncomfortable. And they make you, they put malicious thing against you just to stain your character, to make you feel assassinated inside, if you know what I mean. And this is not good. This is a problem of the earth because of greed, because of money. And these negative publications sometimes, it can hit you hard. Yeah, it can hit you hard. I've been there. People accuse you of something negative, when you try to make a comment about something as a result of your observation, as a result of your analysis, and when you try to correlate it in a real life situation, they think that's who you are, that's what you are, where in fact it's only a matter of observation. You're trying to put a target and emphasis to the world so that they can listen and learn something from it. But what they've done is they twist it and they make you look bad. And that is the worst enemy of the earth, fake news. That's why President Trump is against it. Yeah. And that's why I applauded him because he has the mouth, he has the courage, and he has the character to beat whoever targets him and bombard him with that kind of situation straight away. Stop it. And that's his strength. And that is the strength and the sign of a true leader who can fight for you. So, America, if you make a wrong decision because you choose the weak man, that's your problem. That's your problem. And it's you, as a nation, you have to resolve it. And you in the media, whoever is instigating this fake news, you are part of the greatest sin on earth because of that bad influence you are giving to the people. The stress, the amount of mental health, the depression, and the bombarding just because of your greed for money. That's the worst thing that you can do for your fellow man. I would like to welcome Honey Len Dandoirama. Thank you, Honey Len. Where are you from? I'll give you jacket, Honey Len. Thank you for joining. Ayan. So feel free to baba ng bahay, no? Because our audience is just more like a live interview, like an ambush interview as such. Pero I don't mind. I'm quite happy to welcome those kind of questions. Any questions that you want to throw at me, I'll try my best to say, okay? So Hanilen Dandoy, I think you have Ate Chona vlog in Malaysia. If you want to, is this your first time here? You can always share po, no? You can always make baba ng bahay, no? Okay, ayan. So thank you so much for joining. So sa lahat po ng may mga katanungan dyan, anything that you want to ask and any if you need my opinion about something. Anyway, this is brainstorming. This is a healthy discussion. No? This discussion is not meant to offend anyone or trying, but we are emphasizing our thoughts, our strength on a certain topic, what we think are the best, what we think are the best. Obviously, we don't embrace or we don't dominate the entire voters in America or the entire population here in UK or anywhere in the world, but this is just a healthy way of keeping you up to date, of keeping you what you call this one. Um, it's my way of connecting with you in the most healthy way. But if you take it in a negative way, that's your problem. No, my intention is to connect with you, have a conversation with you, and whoever you are watching this video off screen, on screen, listening to it, it's my pleasure. So time now is 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 39 seconds. So sa lahat po ng nag-join, thank you so much. And I think in the Philippines, it's bedtime na po, no? Gabi na. That's fine. Yan. Kumusta ka na, Honey Len? Dandoy Rama, where are you from? Ayan. Gusto mo bang umakyat, Honey Len? Ate Jonah, how are you? I know you're on mute. So ano po ba yung mga topic natin na dapat nating kanina nabanggit ko, no, about Pope Francis trying to investigate things. I think it's time. I think it's time for those who have been in the shadow of the darkest stain of corruption and priest molesting children and all that. I think it's high time. It's high time. I think it's too late actually to discuss about this because this has been historical issues. But sometimes I don't understand why it takes it so long to resolve this kind of issues. I know many have suffered in the past. I think we live in a very complex world where everything is triggered by a lot of things. Some of them we don't know the root cause, but I know for sure, biblically, historically, we are being rooted and connected back to our past. That it's very hard to move on sometimes. But if we know how to get or adapt to it. Hello, Pinay Rancher in Texas. Love, shout out. Who won? I think President Trump won in Texas. Am I right? Ayan, watching from Texas with love. Yes, thank you so much for joining. If you scroll back, Pinay Rancher in Texas, have a look who has been our guest. They've been so participative and interactive, actually. I try my best to answer their questions. So if you know who they are, but anyhow, so how are you? How are you, Pinoy Rancher in Texas? When you gonna do your live streaming partner? I wish I can join you. I think the problem with me is my schedule because I work like 5 days in a week, sometimes mostly long days. Now from 8 o'clock to in the morning until 8 p.m. So by the time I finish my work, everyone is asleep. No. And on the weekends is my rest day. As much as I love to do live streaming, ako naman yung tulog and then kayo naman yung gising. Hello, once a week ka lang nag-live, but I run your place once a week. Yes, as I said po, I'd love to do it twice or 3 times a week sana, no? But because of my schedule po, medyo uptight kasi ngayong week, meron pong naka-annual leave, so I have to cover the whole week. And thank you so much for running my playlist. Very much appreciated, Pinay Rancher. Any chance, Pinay Rancher, you want to increase your assets? I know we've been talking about politics, about the weather, the typhoon situation, and the lockdown here in England. And how about po yung any chance would you be interested to join yung freedom business po? Have you heard about the fridge revo and the freedom business, Pinay Rancher? Kasi if you add me in Facebook mo, Rodalyn Love Emperado po, sabi, Monday through Saturday live ko, but Friday and Saturday sa work ko. Oh, that's good. At least you have plenty of time. Kasi sa akin ka baliktad. 5 days a week, tapos twice, ano lang yung akin day off. But even then, sometimes I do extra, no? Yeah. I think when I'm back to my regular hours na po, na 8 to 4:30, then maybe I can do regular at night just to catch up po, no? But for now, yun po ang ating situation. So, medyo bumaba si revenue. Kaya dapat pong bumawi. Kaya gano'n. Yes, I hear the news. Yeah, I know. Meron po ba kayong kamag-anak doon? Kasi yung talagang na-hit is yung Camarines Sur, Sowa Alpay, tsaka yung mga nasa Manila and other parts of the Philippines po, no? So that's why our topic is our topics are yung mga current events, no, na mga talagang nangyayari, eh medyo hindi na natin na ano kasi dahil nga um, ano tayo, no, nasa trabaho din tayo, so at syempre bawal yung gumamit ng cellphone, so talagang ano tayo, what kind of business is it? Okay, it's what you call freedom business. It's about real estate po, no? So all you need to do is um, attend attend the live training po namin, and then you will be taught on how to go along with the process. But to give you a clue, meron po tayong tinatawag na mga resort condominiums. If you watch my video about assets and liabilities po, no, dyan nyo po makikita yung difference kung ano yung type of product na promote natin, which is real estate nga po, no. I have and then obviously yung ating tinatawag na mga condominiums, no. So from the very minimum amount po, pwede ka nang makapag-reserve, and then yung monthly po mababa lang kasi naka-discount pa sila, no. Meron silang promo. So I think this November, hopefully meron pa silang promo. So ang kagandahan po nito, te, kasi pag nag-join ka, no, at the very minimum start. Kahit hindi mo pa na fully paid yung ano mo, yung yung property mo na puwede mong gawing asset. Maganda kasi 'to 'pag kumuha ka ng condominium kasi yung Freedom Cares mismo ang maglo-look after, maghahanap ng magrerenta sa ano mo. So, at 'pag nag-invite ka din at may bumili din sa'yo, 'no, bilang referrer, ako bilang my status at the moment is an international referrer po, no, virtual promoter na tinatawag. So, you will start from a certain commission. And then bakit 'pag may nabenta ka na at least that meets the standard ng kanilang ladder of success, unti-unti mag-ano ka din sa property consultant, associate, property, tapos, you will be given a chance to do presentation. Kung ayaw mo ng gano'n, puwede ka rin na mag-ano, na mag-invest lang, but then habang meron kang active income by just promoting also at merong bumili sa'yo ng diretso, eh, why not, 'di ba? Kasi sa YouTube, this is a good platform for us to earn a living also. Pero ito kasi is ibang putahe naman. Ibang product naman that, will really give you a good, return of investment tsaka income stream po. So when you feel na kaya din yung kung kaya mo nga yung YouTube, eh, bakit ito pa hindi, 'di ba? Eh, lahat naman ng mga Pilipino, eh, madiskarte 'yan. So, as long as may kakilala kang OFW, may kakilala kang, Filipino na kasama mo diyan sa bahay, mga kaibigan, mga ka-Facebook friends, and ka-YouTube channel, at lalo na yung mga foreigners na willing mag-invest sa Pilipinas, naku te, panalo ka. Okay, so I will give you, just leave me a message po sa my Rodalyn Love Emperado ko na messenger sa Facebook or WhatsApp po, no? You can message me first in Facebook or anywhere or leave a comment in my YouTube video, then I'll get back to you, no? Pwede ba ako maglagay ng email dito? Hindi yata ate, no? Hindi yata allowed maglagay ng email dito para sa'yo. Okay, so I'm good here. That's fine. I'm happy to hear. Okay. Ayan. Okay, that's night boot. Nag-premiere ka lang if alive. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I'm planning to do that also, no, yung mga premiere. But sometimes I miss doing live. Kasi iba pa rin yung you connect to people, no? Kasi even though na, kunwari, konti lang ngayon, but I know na pag na, ano mo na to, na-embed mo na to sa channel mo and a lot of people, if you put that as well na parating na nila, no? Kunwari, mga pa-entry sa raffle, babalikan nila. Sa akin naman kasi, ang gusto ko talaga is, to educational. As long as I can speak and give na puwedeng makapagpulutan ng aral ng sino man, I think that's what matters most to me. So, really the ads, the revenue, it's just an icing in the cake for me, no? Hindi talaga yun ang priority at habol ko, no? Although nakakatulong din. But for me, I think it's the most important thing when I join YouTube is for me to share the knowledge, share my thoughts. Alam mo yung minsan gustong-gusto mo nang mag-speak up, pero parang wala pa sa timing at alam mo yung gusto mong i-interviewin ka, tapos walang mag-i-interview sa'yo. Alam mo kahit ikaw na lang magsalita at kung sino man manood at least merong merong taong, makakakinig, makakabasa, 'no? Ay, bakit sila magulo? Sinong pino-protest nila dahil gusto nila si Trump? Or ano ang poprotestahan nila 'te? Gusto ko nga ng kondo kasi asawa ko ayaw pa niya kasi nga kaka-start pa namin ng business ng rancho ngayon na nagle-level up. Ah, it's okay po. Ganito 'te, bigyan kitang tips, 'Di ba sa monthly na sahod niyo, in your monthly salary po, meron kayong nilalaan na certain funds, 'di po ba? Sa rancho niyo o kaya sa business niyo, sa mortgage, food, clothing, travel, whatever it is, emergency fund. But I can tell you, te, kasi merong areas na kahit one bedroom lang sa Pilipinas at least. Kasi ganito ang technique niyan, te. Pagpalagay na natin yung budget is worth. 2 million or 5.2 million, for example. For example lang po, no? Tapos nag-hold ka nag-reserve ka ng mga 20k pesos, eh, magkano lang naman yan kung i-convert, no? O sige, babaan na natin kahit yung monthly na lang na tag 11,000. So siguro ang reservation yun is konti din. Pero dahil pautangin ka naman ng bangko, alam mo yun, ang maganda kasi 'pag pinautang ka din ng bangko at kunwari 'di ba sa States, sa US ka, so magkano ang $1 nasa 50 or 49 whatever. So mag-budget ka lang siguro ng mga tag $200 per month or $150 depending 'no. Kung kasi dati may promo na tag 8,000 per month lang. Asset na yun, te. Not necessarily na bilhin mo yung dahil maganda yung location o gusto mong manirahan diyan. Not necessarily. Yan din yung magiging income stream mo, eh. So kunwari binili mo ngayon worth ng 2,000,000, okay, 5.2 million. And then after 3 years, gusto mong ibenta yun ulit, 'no, mas mataas po. 'Di po ba? Sa example nga ng one tamad concept nila na modern one tamad, 'no, yung may-ari ng Freebo, ng Free and Rich Revolution, nag-start sila dun sa may sa like example only like 900,000 na naging 2 million after how many years? After 2 to 3 years, no? Binenta nila ulit. Gets mo? Tapos, bumili ulit sila ng worth mga 2.5, tapos nagiging 4.5 million. So, may another extra millions na naman sila. Hanggang sa tumaas yung kanilang style of buying or purchasing real estate. Then every year, for how many years, tumataas din yung gain nila. Kasi ang real estate, it rarely depreciates. Lagi siyang appreciative. Lagi siyang tumataas ang value, no? So, at ang maganda lang dito, te, pag kunwari, tell me, ilan ang mga kaibigan mo dyan sa may lugar nyo dyan? Ilan ang potential? Maglista ka ng mga potential mo na kaibigan na alam mo na pwedeng bumili. Kasi pwede ka na rin naman mag-start ng referrer lang, te, eh, na mag-refer ka lang, tapos maka-earn ka ng commission pag meron ka na ibenta. Kunwari, example, no, referrer ko ngayon, tapos kinausap mo ako, Rodalyn, may alam akong freedom business, no, gusto mo ba mag-invest? And I said yes. So sa amount na i-invest ko, kahit hindi ka pa bibili ng property, meron ka ng 2% commission sa amount na binili ko na 5.2 million. Example only, no? So meron ka ng kita na 2% galing sa akin. 'Di ba? Ngayon, dahil may 2% ka, kumuha ka ng condo na 1 bedroom na kunwari just 8,000 pesos per month. No? So, magiging investment mo yan, no? Pero dahil ako na binentahan mo at dahil part ka na rin ng freedom business, I share the story to other people, no? Ngayon, nakabenta ako. Ang binentahan ko, magkaka-commission ka din. Gets mo? So hanggang sa yung group sale natin, yung binentahan ko, nagbenta din. So nakaipon tayo ng, ikaw, na yung nagpasimuno ng benta, nakaipon tayo ng 5 million sales altogether. Magiging associate property ka na ngayon. At magkaroon ka na ng 3% commission. At hindi lang yan, magkakaroon ka din ng override. So, may override kang makukuha sa akin, may override kang makukuha sa binentahan ko, at yung binentahan ko na nagbenta sa iba, magkaka-override ka rin. Hanggang sa ma-achieve mo yung business partner o consultant o whatever it is. Yan po ang kagandahan ng freedom business. Ayan. Yan din ginawa namin dito, may budget kami. Kaya lang nasa investment pa lahat, which is 10 years makuha namin every year, may interest share kami. Ayan. So how about po kung yung interest na yun, so whatever it is, kunwari interest mo is $100, example only. So ang gawin natin, maghanap ka ng property, but not house, yeah? It's either condominium or resort or whatever na very, very minimal lang. Try mo lang. na doon ka mag-start sa very minimal. Tapos, at ang location mo dapat ay kung hindi yung maraming magrerenta ng mga estudyante, yung resort na maraming tourist pupunta. Pero alam mo ngayon dahil sa pandemic, kagandahan ngayon sa pandemic kasi bagsak yung presyo. Hindi naman forever yung pandemic, 'di ba? So which means secured ang iyong investment dahil bumili ka ngayon sa mababang presyo. At 'pag binenta mo 'yan once mag-boom na uli, winner ka, 'di ba? Kasi ang dami ng malaki ang talagang anuhin mo diyan. Anong sabi mo? Ah, mas maganda 'yan, may exhibition. Ayan, okay, that's true. So, if you don't mind, Tay, no, start ka lang as a sub-affiliate and then 'pag meron kang or ang gawin mo, mag-invite ka lang ng potential na puwede nating, but you need to sign up for the sub-affiliation form at saka copy ng passport mo para ma-acknowledge ka as official, uh, referrer ng, PhilInvest po. Kasi, nag-ano ka naman, so gano'n 'yun, ayan. Sunny, 1, 2, 3, fly girl, let's stay in and get a load of white girl. Oh dear, I think I get a lot of rhyming tonight. No, I got a lot of rhyming. White girl, girl, I wanna know why your hair twirl. I think they have this. It's a rhyming night. Ngayon, a night of poetry, night of rhyming verses. Ayan. Nakakatawa kayo ha, so nakakaloka. Anyway, so ganun po te, just a thought ko 'no, I think it will help 'no. I think it will help na talagang, makakaano sa iyo, makakatulong po, 'di po ba? So think about it, discuss with your hubby at, sana pero yung maganda kasi ito yung location, I think meron bang ano dun sa Santa Mesa, sa may, Marcos Highway, meron din sa Davao, 'no, yung Maldives Oasis Resort nila na tinatawag. So, just have a look po dun sa aking, videos kasi may ginawa ako na ano, eh, or if not, mag-ano ka din, Maldives. Ayan. Ayan te, oh. So, maraming gano'n. Tapos meron din dun sa Marcos Highway, sa Alabang, 'no? Meron din silang ano dun, property sa Alabang, sa may I think it's all over, 'no? Sa may Leyte, ah, Pampanga, ano, it's all over. PhilInvest naman is ano, eh, maramihan, 'no? Ate Jonah, thank you, you're still here with me. Very much appreciated po. So, yeah, simple lang naman po yung requirements te. As I said, you just have at the moment my role is magbitbit lang po ng invites tapos magka-attend sila ng live streaming ng and then hosted no or presented by our property consultants po. So very strict po sila when it comes to ladder of success. Minsan naman meron tayong invitation via WhatsApp or Zoom. A-attend tayo ng Money Magnet or Free and Rich Revel webinar at yung Freedom Business talaga na live streaming po. So, yan po ang kagandahan ng real estate. Ayan. Tapos, kung hindi at the moment, pero I would encourage you to have this, no? Kasi mas maganda. But if you have concerns or issues about your health, at gusto niyo munang i-improve ang health and overall body fitness niyo po, pwede din po tayo nating i-recommend yung Kangen water. So have a look din po dun sa video ko na na makikita niyo po doon 'no, it's very good. It's a very good source din po ng educational material kasi, it will really help. Meron din po siyang business 'no. So, it's not just about improving your physical, mental, and, also financial well-being po. So, you're gonna love it, yeah? Mhm. Kailan ka live streaming uli, Ate Jonah and Pinay Rancher in Texas? I just hope, kung ano man yung gulo diyan sa inyo ay mare-resolve na po 'no? Ayan, time now is, 2 hours and 45 seconds, and we got 4 million people in the house. Thank you so much kahit, 21.02 hours na po 'no? Thank you so much for joining, ayan. So, ano pa pong may mga tanong pa po kayo? So, we're just waiting for others to come 'no? Kasi sa Pilipinas ngayon mga tulog sila, eh, 'no? Mamaya pa 'yan, mamaya pa lang sila gigising mga normally midnight, eh. So, ise-share lang po natin. Ayan. So, sana po, I don't know where Honeylen went. Sunny, where are you from? Ayan. Thank you so much for coming, Sunny. Very much appreciated. So, Pinay Rancher, gaano ka nakatagal sa Texas, dear? Ayan. Kumain na ba kayo? Ako hindi pa, kanina pa, but, I'm just catching up ano, kasi ang tagal kong ilang weeks. I think it's nearly 2 weeks na hindi ako nakapag-live streaming, so I have a lot to catch up on, no? So again, our previous topic is about the results of the US election and also the lockdown here in England and Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And at the same time po, eh binigyang pansin din po natin ang kalagayan no, ng Typhoon Goni and Rolly sa Philippines. And so I hope nakakamit po natin ang ating mga minimithi. Diyan, my prayers for the US is for you to have the great winner, the strong president for you. Ikaw po ba, Ate Pinay Rancher sa Texas? Bumoto ka rin ba ngayon? O nung isang araw? And then also, sana po, we are on a 1 month lockdown hanggang December 2 po, no? So we are restricted. If possible, we are advised to stay at home by the government, no? The Prime Minister Johnson has mentioned that we are highly restricted and we need to stay at home until December 2, so it doesn't affect us so much because we're always at work naman. But it's just sad because the only shops that are open are the essential ones, which are the food, mga groceries. So anyway, I rarely go to the pub, so it doesn't really bother me. I just go to the pub because of a favorite food there, but nonetheless, I don't drink alcohol, so it doesn't really bother me. But for those who are really craving for it, I feel sorry for them. But what can we do? Yan. Ano pa ang ating tatalakayin? And I think of course, I won't forget and I won't miss. This is just a special mention how grateful I am. To my beloved Crown Prince there in Dubai and to His Majesty King Mohammed and bin Rashid Al Maktoum and the Sheikh Hamdan Pasa, who's now officiating and opening the Dubai Fitness Challenge. And I know I will be joining you soon, even though I'm here in the UK. Promise that I will do my fitness challenge as usual via the Dubai Fitness application. And also, special mention, it's great to see that you're all improving. You know, you have your new Hamdan stations. I know you're honoring your flag at the moment due to your upcoming National UAE Day, and to all the entire Emirates, the seven Emirates. No, I miss Dubai. I miss Abu Dhabi. I miss going to the wonderful places. You know, I know a lot of people are saying it's a fake country because of everything is man-made, but rest assured that's not how I look at it. I think you're great as a nation because it's nobody's fault when you are geographically located. I think who we are, wherever we live, we just have to be thankful we're blessed with the gift of nature. But it hurts to say that you mentioned someone else that everything is fake. Of course, they have to do something. They have to do something rather than just rely on the desert. And I would dispute that if this kind of statement is undermining, when you say someone is fake, it's not real. Of course, it is not real. It is all man-made. But again, we just have to be respectful and be thankful for those who doesn't want to be in the desert. But I know, with all due respect to the people living there, I think it's fair to say we need to admire and acknowledge their resilience, their braveness to stay in the desert. Because, as I said, it's nobody's fault. Just like us in the Philippines, who would want to experience typhoon? 12 typhoons per year. Would you like to experience that? That all you invested, the houses, you experience flooding, you know? But hey, here we are. My kababayans, they're strong enough and resilient enough to overcome these odds. I remember when there's a flood here in the UK, people are already panicking, but it's nothing compared to the Philippines. Do you understand? So you are in no position criticizing to say Dubai is fake or UAE is fake because everything is man made. I think it's unfair. I think it's hurtful. But I think you just have to respect the fact that you are not there, whoever criticizes this place, this beautiful place. Because what amazed me and what captures the respect and admiration is the greatness to be creative and be able to come up with something innovative, something great for the country, for the Emirates, for the people to enjoy and continue to live their life to the fullest with gratefulness, kindness, hospitality, and respect for every race. That's how I viewed why I love Dubai, why I love Abu Dhabi, why I love Sharjah, Hatta, and everyone else, and all the entire seven Emirates, even though I haven't completed touring them. But reading the map and studying the history of it, I just feel like it's home because I feel welcome, I feel loved, I feel respected. That's how I stood up and fight for that country because I know my place in there, and I know I'm safe. So I hope this labeling of fake will stop because it doesn't sound nice. The way you label anybody else, I think you need to choose who do you label with, and before you even speak your mouth and criticize other nation, look at your own nation first. Yeah, just a piece of gentle advice. Because In life, not all of us are blessed with silver spoon and golds and all this um, kind of abundancy in everything. Other nations suffer. They don't have water. They have filthy drinks. The source of the water and sanitation is very bad. They don't live in peace. They don't have enough food and resources of a healthy lifestyle. And yet, those who live in luxury, they still have the guts to complain and criticize and undermine. I think it's bad. It's a bad attitude, you know? The least you can say is appreciate, be nice and kind. I think the challenge of 21st century is knowing how to say good things, be it in television, in YouTube, in newspaper, in print, in books. I think we need to dispose all this rudeness and bad behavior and negative statement towards others. And you know why I love Dubai? Because they promote happiness. They have happiness street. They have organization that promotes happiness. They uphold and they support people with disabilities. They give importance to the youth. Only one thing that I want to see is at least start to acknowledge women in public and give more voice, give more responsibility equal to men. I think it would be nice. Set them free. Let them show what strength they can have and give that kind of sense of voice that they deserve. And I do be strongly believe the Crown Prince of Dubai would agree. And I dad, His Majesty the King. They're both educated people. And the President of the UAE, who all earn my respect and admiration. His Highness Mohammed Khalifa Al Nahyan, and all of the heads of the seven Emirates. And also, I would love if they give special attention. My wish is also to promote not just the Emirates, but also my kababayans, all the Filipinos working in UAE. All I ask is for their safety, for their health, and their happiness and contentment to live in the world or in a country or in Emirates as such, to be treated with respect and dignity. I don't like to hear what happened to my fellow kababayan put in a freezer and killed in Kuwait. I don't like it. I don't want to hear people being abused by the Arabs, especially women. We are not your slaves. We are your equals. Without us, there's no men, there's no boys. There must be a woman and a man to produce an offspring. So never undermine the power of a woman. So thank you so much for the massive achievements that you have, even though it's man-made. Everything is man-made. apart from the trees, the animals, the flora and the fauna, the rivers and the lakes and the oceans, the mountains and the valleys, and we human beings. We are part of that coexistence. We are part of it. But what makes us break? What makes us dispersed and divided? What is it? Isn't it politics? Isn't it greed? Or isn't it gender trying to rival whoever is superior or inferior? There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Yeah? Or is it religion? That's why I come to think sometimes if we just all think of heaven, whatever domination you are, whatever you believed, but as long as that there is a roof above us in the form of a sky, in what we call heaven, we are all brothers and sisters. In the name of God. Why can't we not treat each other that way? In a nice, loving way, and celebrate our differences. Being alive as citizens of the earth is good enough. Being able to share the abundance of nature is best enough. Why can't we just focus on the blessings and just ignore the rest of the negativities and focus on the happiness? No matter how sad life can give us and bring us, but at least make the most to strive and be happy. It's easy to say, but at times it's hard to achieve in our daily lives because we are all bombarded by these external factors and stimuli that surrounds us. But again, special thanks to my nursing profession who has given me this kind of sense of gift. And special thanks to God for the gift of the Spirit. Each time I'm doing like this, when I go live, when everything is unscripted, it just comes from the heart. It's not me. It's the gift of tongue. It's the gift of the Holy Spirit sharing to you what I want to say. So be thankful for the gift of God's love. Be thankful for all the blessings because the spontaneity that comes within me, it doesn't happen all the time. That's why I choose my timing. It's never too late to share whatever information I want to share with you. It just comes out freely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my today's session, and I look forward to more in the upcoming days, nights, or weeks that we can be together. So, to everyone who joined me tonight, and for those who haven't joined and will be watching my video, thank you so much in advance. And I do hope and appreciate that you will get something out of it. Make the most each time I come out, because I'm sure there is something nice that you can take away. Whether you like it or you love it, it's up to you to cherish it. Well, this is Rodalyn TV speaking live and speaking from my heart under the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Thank you for watching. Until then, good night. Love you all.